This is embarrassing.
What is going on?
Hello everyone, my name is Kai and welcome to my channel. Today I have made a different type of video for you because you guys have asked me to share some things about my culture, but I don't know if you really want to know about my country. I mean, it's such a small country, it's not that interesting. So I decided to tell you guys about 5 cultural shocks I experienced my first time in Sri Lanka. I think that's going to be more interesting. There are 5 big ones. There are many, but I think these ones are the biggest ones and the most important ones. We are really different. So there are a lot of things that were hard for me when I got to Sri Lanka for the first time because I didn't go as a tourist. I went to meet my boyfriend's family. So when you go to a country as a tourist, you're kind of protected of many things. You don't really experience the country or the people as it is for real. For me, it was, okay, all in. I'm there, living with a family in Sri Lanka, outside of a big city. I didn't know anyone. I couldn't go out because I didn't know the language. And of course, we had issues with my boyfriend. We argued a lot, guys. A lot. I was such a pain in the ass. But it was inevitable because I was alone there and I was not independent. I couldn't talk to almost anyone, and thank God he has a sister and she could speak English, so she was like my savior. If we were going to any place and everybody was speaking in Sinhala and I was like,
What is going on?
she was there. She saved me. So yeah, it was kind of hard for me because our culture is so different. Yeah. So I'm going to start. The first thing is the bathroom. Guys, this is so difficult. So I have this issue, guys, that I'm trying to overcome, but it's really hard. I'm really shy and I cannot go into the woods to pee. Yeah. Like if I go camping, it's a real issue to go to the bathroom. I have to go to a bathroom, but I have overcome that fear. This was actually a goal for me. I have to overcome this. And this summer, south of my country, and there was so much traffic that 2 times I had to get off the car and pee outside. It was traumatic. The second time it was raining and me and my cousin went out and we slipped and fell into the ground. It was a good way to overcome that fear. Anyway, in Sri Lanka, you guys don't use toilet paper. What's up with that? Why don't you have toilet paper everywhere? Everywhere I went, I had to ask for toilet paper or napkins. Why? I mean, I think it's more hygienic how you do it, like with that shower. But for me, it was so uncomfortable because I'm going to go all in with this one, guys. I'm going to tell you what I really think. Sometimes that shower is too violent. I feel violated. Sometimes it's like, psh, and goes everywhere. You expect to clean myself with that? What do you have down there, guys? Rocks? No. And also, you have these toilets in which you only have like a hole and then you crouch and pee, and that's exactly how you do it in the woods.
No.
So every time I went somewhere, like for example, we went to Nuara and we went to this cow farm, milk farm, and all the bathrooms were like that. And of course there was no toilet paper. I'm embarrassed telling you this, but it was not easy. But I have to tell you guys, I really like your bathroom display. In some places I went, you don't separate the shower from the rest of the bathroom, and I think that's the best. Our bathrooms are so unpractical. I really don't understand why we are separating the shower from everything else if you can have everything together. It's easier to clean. If someday I build my own house, I will definitely have one of your bathrooms, but with toilet paper. Second one, alcohol. I think alcohol is kind of a taboo in Sri Lanka, especially for women. I didn't see women drinking that much. In Chile, guys, in my country, we drink a lot, and it doesn't matter if you're a woman or you're a man, you drink. When I went to a wedding, you weren't like drinking that much on the tables, like inside, and there were a lot of guys outside drinking. And I asked my boyfriend and he said that people don't really like showing that they're drinking. What? In Chile, you drink, and if you don't drink, you're an embarrassment. People push you to drink. And when I was a teenager, I didn't drink. I was really, really nerdy. I'm going to tell you guys. When I was young, I liked to play video games, and this is embarrassing. I liked anime. Oh, I liked anime so much. I went to conventions and everything. Anyway, I was such a nerdy person. I wasn't interested in partying or taking drugs or drinking alcohol, and people push you into drinking alcohol. That's part of our culture. I managed to save myself from alcoholism until I was 24. When I was 24, I started drinking a little bit. We had this nice cocktail called pisco sour, and we use pisco, which is a liquor from Chile and Peru, and it has lemon. Oh, it's delicious, guys. It's delicious. And I started with that, then wine, and then I started drinking other things. I still don't like alcohol that much, but it's nice to get drunk. In Sri Lanka, it seems like it's not like that, or it depends on the circles. My boyfriend's friend didn't drink that much, but now they are alcoholics. Why weren't you drinking, guys, when I was there? Like, that would have been better, because if I could have gotten drunk, I wouldn't have needed to talk. I would have been just sitting there drunk.
What is going on?
In Chile, drinking is something that you have to do, and in Sri Lanka it seems like it's more of a taboo, though I know there are a lot of people that drink. And also you have this law that says that women cannot buy alcohol, which is so bad. Why haven't you changed that? Like, even though you don't use it that much, I didn't see any woman buying alcohol. Yeah, you shouldn't have that law. It's absurd. Like, why? No, I have to say that, guys, that's horrible. I'm not saying that you should all drink a lot. No, you have to be moderated. First, if you're underage, you should wait. I waited, and now I'm completely fine. I waited in a country in which you are supposed to drink. But if you're 20-something, what was I saying?
What is going on?
But if you're 20-something, it doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man, you should be able to buy alcohol if you're moderated. I mean, yeah. Number 3, food in general. I started eating Sri Lankan food before I went to Sri Lanka when I started dating my boyfriend. He likes to cook a lot, and he's such a great cook, and I'm such a great eater. I think I actually fell for him because he cooked a lot. And he cooked so well. No, I'm just kidding. We were friends for a long time, and then I got to know him. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. The food was a big part of this.
The problem is that he cooks very well, and I like to eat, but he likes spicy food a lot. So I couldn't stop eating, and I couldn't stop suffering. I wanted to eat more, but at the same time it burned like hell. I had to go to the doctor. I like Sri Lankan food a lot, but it hurts. It hurts so bad. And also when I got to Sri Lanka, I think his family didn't like that I didn't eat that much. I gained weight a lot, like very easily. And because I'm used to a different type of diet, if I eat what you guys eat every day, like curries and rice, in 2 days I have gained 5 kilos.
Like, for real.
It's like that. So we have our breakfast that is bread with avocado, but in Sri Lanka you have your breakfast and it's like the same as your lunch. But I cannot eat that twice a day, 3 times a day. How can you eat that much? So many carbs. I cannot eat that amount of rice. And also, so many fried stuff that are delicious, but they're fried stuff. Your food has so many calories. And one time I was searching for healthy food like salads, and I couldn't find anything. The only time I actually could find something like that was in Go. I could find actually a very specific place in which they counted the calories that you were eating, which was awesome. The food was nice. I ordered Thai salad or something like that. It had pork. It was delicious, but I cried. Guys, I cried. I was eating the salad and I was crying because it was so effing spicy. So if I go to Sri Lanka, I will gain weight or I will suffer like hell. And also, you don't usually use this sweetener. In Chile, we use it a lot. It's an artificial sweetener that you put on the tea or in the coffee and doesn't have any calories. You don't put sugar. But you guys use sugar in everything. I went to Sri Lanka and I gained like 3 kilos and I actually dieted while I was there. Just imagine if I wasn't dieting. Number 4, bathing suits. So when you're in a touristic area in Sri Lanka, it doesn't matter which bathing suit you're using. You can use a bikini and you can use a full bathing suit. It doesn't really matter because there are so many tourists, nobody is going to judge you. But if you're around locals, the experience is completely different, and we go again into the sexism issue. I see Sri Lankan women going to the beach or to the pool and they kind of use clothing. Have you tried, guys, to bathe with clothes? It's so uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable. I remember I have done that because I was a kid and I used to like jump into the water with clothing, but it was not comfy. It was not comfy at all. You get sand all over and it's scratchy and it hurts. So you see them and then you see the guys and they're like naked from here and up. They're naked and the women are fully clothed. I really dislike that. Not because I think women have to show more skin, but because you're teaching girls that there is something wrong with their bodies. And as women, we have so many issues already going on, and you add that into the mix, and it's terrible. You shouldn't teach your girls to feel ashamed of their bodies. You shouldn't teach them that there is something wrong with their bodies, because there's nothing wrong with them. Like if a man is looking at them in a weird way, it's his fault, but girls are not to blame. When I was hanging out with my boyfriend's friends and I see all the other women wearing like full bathing suits or like clothing, and I was in my bikini, like,
I'm so embarrassed.
it made me feel that I had to cover. So I remember that feeling, and considering that I'm from a place in which this doesn't happen, I cannot imagine all the thoughts that these girls have being raised in that culture.
I don't like it.
If you don't want to wear a thong, don't do it. Like, it is very impractical too. Shorts and a bikini top, I think that's the best option actually, because men are naked. Why can't you be naked too? But let's not go overboard. Maybe just bikini. Don't you think it's unfair? Anyway, that was a cultural shock for me. And finally, 5th one, affection and marriage. In Chile, we had divorce very late compared to other countries. We had it like in the 90s. Yeah, it was pretty bad. And I think that's why we don't usually get married. I mean, it depends on your social circles, but at least in my social circles, people don't get married young. First, you don't get married young, and some people don't get married ever because they don't believe in marriage. Anyway, they have a marriage, but they don't believe in marriage and they don't want to sign, they don't want to commit, which I think is wrong, but that's
another subject.
Thing is that in my country, marriage is something that you do when you're very adult, not in your 20s, or you don't do it that much. But in Sri Lanka, it's a very common thing to get married like very, very young. It is weird to see all my boyfriend's friends married. It's weird. And even though I'm 30, most of my friends are not married. Let me think. Yeah, actually, none of my friends are married and we are the same age. So that is a cultural shock, and also the public display of affection. So in Sri Lanka, you don't kiss in front of people, you don't hug in front of people, you don't hold hands in the street. But in Chile, it's kind of a normal thing. Like, you can be talking to a couple and the couple can be like, like kissing in front of you, and you're like, yeah, cool. Have you seen this movie? Of course, it's not the most comfortable thing to do. Like, that's kind of disrespectful if you go that overboard, but if you're talking to a couple and they kiss in the middle while you're talking, it's like, meh. It doesn't matter. But in Sri Lanka, you don't kiss in public. It's not even that you don't kiss in front of people that are talking to you, but you don't kiss while you're with friends in the same room and stuff. That's weird for me. I don't think it's something good or bad, but I remember when I started going out with my boyfriend, and I remember we were at the supermarket and I was like trying to kiss him all the time, and he was so weirded out. He was being more weird than usual, and I was like, what happens? You don't know my boyfriend, but he's not the most normal person either. Like, he's very, I don't know how to describe his personality, but it's weird. I'm sorry, baby. He explained to me that in Sri Lanka, you guys don't usually go around kissing each other in the street or the supermarket. But in Chile, it's very normal. Like, in Chile, it's normal to grab your partner's butt in public and other things. So yeah, it is weird to not being able to do that in Sri Lanka. And actually, when I arrived to Sri Lanka 2 years ago, I saw him, and we haven't seen each other for so long, but we were on the street and I didn't know if I can like hug him or kiss him. If we were in Chile, I would have been like hugging him and kissing him, but in Sri Lanka, no, I couldn't. So it was so awkward. I mean, we are an awkward couple, but it was more awkward than usual. And also because if you're not in a touristic area and you're in a city or in a place in which there are not that many tourists, you kind of catch the attention of people and they see you and you're a very bright white spot, especially if like now. I'm so fucking white, I hate it. So yeah, that is the 5 cultural shocks that I've experienced in Sri Lanka the first time I went there. I'm hoping to have more material next time I go. So I know now Sri Lanka is open. I hope I get there soon. And I hope the coronavirus goes away, because I really wish we could do a meetup in Sri Lanka. It would be so fun, don't you think? Anyway, what do you think about these cultural shocks? Have you experienced any of these cultural shocks? And what do you think about my opinion or my perception of things? I guess you have a lot to say and I really want to hear it. No, read it in the comments. So please put your comment now. Comment on this. It's a very interesting subject and I think I can make more videos about this, but I need your perspective on this. So if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe. Why haven't you done that already? Please do it. Remember, every interaction you do with this video will be helping me a lot, so please comment, like it, share it with all of your friends and everything. And also shout out to the guys in the chat of the premiere. Thank you so much for being the first ones here. If you also want to participate from the chat, please activate the notifications. That way you will know every time I upload a video. And thank you for sharing all your experiences, because I'm guessing you guys in the chat are sharing a lot of interesting things. Don't forget to put those on the comments too. That way I can go and read the comments again, and yeah, we can engage into interesting debates. So that's all for today. I hope you liked this video and I will see you in the next one. Bye!